Yes, students, today we'll study about another tool, that is vectors, which are required for recombinant DNA technology other than plasmids. In my previous video, I explained you about types of plasmids like PBR322, PUC19, yeast episomal plasmid, shuttle vector, expression vector, etc. Now today we'll discuss about lambda-phage and M13. Now, in case of lambda-phage, it is linear DNA and it is made up of 48,514 base pairs. It is double-stranded, but towards ends 12 unpaired bases are present, which are complementary to each other, and these 12 unpaired bases helps in packaging of DNA inside the protein coat of virus. On the other hand, if we check another form of phage, that is M13, lambda phage is linear DNA, M13 is circular DNA, lambda phage is double stranded, but M13 is single stranded. Lambda phage contains 48,514 base pairs, whereas in M13 6,407 base pairs are present. Now, what is the unique feature of M13? That it replicates in E. coli, though it is single-stranded, so it replicates in E. coli, becomes double-stranded, and that double-stranded form is known as RF or replicative form. After 100 copies of replication, it again becomes single-stranded. Now, another thing, that where can we use M13? So, M13 is used in site-directed mutagenesis. It is used in site-directed mutagenesis because it is single-stranded. Because of this feature, we can use it in site-directed mutagenesis. Now, lambda phage, it can accommodate insert of 23 kilo base pair, whereas M13 can accommodate insert of 10 kilo base pair. Now next we'll study about another forms of vectors. So after phages we are having cosmids, BAC and YAC. Cosmids, it is actually formed by combination of two things like cosmids. These are formed by features of plasmids and cos sites of phages. Just now we told you that in case of lambda phage, 12 unbase pair complementary sequences are present, and these sequences which are unpaired, these are known as cos sites. So cosmids, they are formed of plasmids and cos sites, and these can accommodate insert of size 40 to 30 to 40 kilo base pair size of insert. Now, along with features of plasmid, it must have Ori site for restriction enzymes, and selectable marker also. Now, next is regarding another vector, that is BAC, and full form of BAC is bacterial artificial chromosome. Now, bacterial artificial chromosome is used to accommodate big size, large sized DNA fragments, that is about within a range of 50 to 500 kilobase pair, and BAC is used as a vector successfully in HGP project, that is in Human Genome Project. Now, bacterial artificial chromosome, it is also having Ori site. Along with Ori site, selectable marker and site for restriction on enzyme, it is also having fertility factor of F plasmid. Selectable marker and cloning sites, because these are the essential features in every vector which we are using for our DNA technology. It must have ORI site, selectable marker and cloning site, which are present in BAC also. Now next we'll study about another vector, that is YAC. So YAC is like BAC, is also being used in HGP project. Now YAC is yeast artificial chromosome. Now yeast artificial chromosome, it can accommodate insert of size 250 to 1000 kilobase pair. Sized insert can be used, and this was also used in HGP project. Now in case of YAC, like any other essential feature, it is having ORI, that is, it is autonomously replicating. Sequences are present in it. Along with this, centromere and telomeres are present. Then last, we are having vectors like plant and animal viral vectors. So first we'll deal with plant viral vectors. These include, now in case of plant viral vectors, we have CAMV, TMV and GV. Now CAMV is cauliflower mosaic virus. TMV is having tobacco mosaic virus, and GV is Gemini virus. So these are also used for our DNA technology in the form of vectors. Next we'll deal with the animal viral vectors. Now first animal viral vector, that was mammalian viral vector, and it was SV40. So it is animal viral vector which is used for recombinant DNA technology. It is simian virus 40. Was used in first cloning experiment involving mammalian cells. So first example is of SV40. Then after SV40 we are having other viruses like adenovirus and papilloma virus. All these three viruses can be successfully used to clone genes in mammals. Now this is about different types of vectors like plasmids, phages. In plasmids, 5 vectors are there, 5 types are there. In phages we are having again I am summarizing, like in case of plasmid vectors we can use PBR 322, PUC 19, yeast episomal plasmid, then expression vector and TI plasmid. In case of phages, we can use lambda phage and M13. Then we have cosmids with properties of plasmids plus cos sites of phages. Then BAC and YAC of HGP project. Then in case of plant viral vectors, we are having cauliflower mosaic virus, tobacco mosaic virus and Gemini virus. And in case of animal vectors, animal viral vectors, we can use SV40, then adenovirus and papilloma virus. So these are different kinds of vectors which can be used in rDNA technology. Now next we'll study about host cells. Now we can use again two types of host cell mainly for prokaryotic system and eukaryotic systems. Now in case of prokaryotes and then another one is eukaryotes. For prokaryotes we are using E. coli as it is small, easy to grow, then it can manipulate many kinds of vectors, different kinds of vectors. Then it multiplies in every 20 minutes. So we can get large number of cloned copies in very less time. On the other hand, in case of eukaryotes, now if we are having genes that we want to insert, they belong to eukaryotic genes, then we use yeast, as yeast is also easy to grow and it also accepts different types of vectors. Another feature is that if we are having prokaryotic gene and then we can't put it into if we are having prokaryotic gene, we can't put it into eukaryotic system. Similarly, if we are having eukaryotic gene to clone, we can't put it into prokaryotic system. Why? Prokaryotic host cell. The reason is that in case of prokaryotes, like in case of bacteria, they don't have machinery. No machinery is there, no enzymes or machinery is there to remove introns. And secondly, it will not help in protein folding or post-translational modifications, because these are absent in bacterial system. So that's why if we have to clone any eukaryotic gene, then we use eukaryotic host cell, not prokaryotic host cell, as we need to have enzymes for splicing and for post-translational modifications. So many plant or animal cells can also be used as host cell. So next we'll study about methodology of introduction of rDNA into host cell. Thank you.